Welcome back to another episode, guys. This time on Nolland Industries, we're going to be making the 180 road legal again.
Tell me, is it whack up in the air? Rappers scattered off the gear. I can map him, get it, yeah. It's like a tracker, get distracted, send him back like in the mail. Not a fraction of them real. Catch him lacking, run the drill. Running through the shit like a motherfucking dage.
Alright, so if you haven't seen the video of us getting defected after Matsuri, probably go check that one out now. If you have seen it, you would have seen that we got pulled up on 4 infringements, which are all here on this yellow piece of paper. The first one is the ride height was too low, because that's illegal because you can damage the road. So we're going to raise that up. We've got adjustable coilovers, so we can raise it up a little bit, just to make it, needs to be 100 mil. And at the lowest point, 100 mil at the lowest point, not the side of your car, which gets a lot of people. The second one is engine modifications need to be compliant. So that was like a whole list of things like the screamer pipe and a whole bunch of other things. So I'm going to be getting the screamer pipe welded plumb back in, so that's legal, and it won't make any of those bad noises anymore, and it won't let out any emissions, so it's safer for the environment, which is a debatable law, but anyway, it's the law. So we're going to be doing that. And the third one is ensure the windscreen sticker isn't below the windscreen wipers. So I'll be interested to turn the wipers on and have a look and see where it actually sits, because hopefully we can just remove the tint strip that's on the inside and keep the hard trim banner on there. But we'll have a look at that, and then ensure the tires and wheel spaces are within spec. Basically, the only thing they really got me for that was actually dangerous is the rear left tire was delaminated down the middle. I didn't check that one, and yeah, fair enough, I need to swap that over. But they were my drift wheels anyway, so I'll be putting this set of rims on, which have like the good grippy tires. They'll be going back on anyway, which are the right offset, so that should help out there. And the spacers were just on because they're different offset, so that's it. Sweet. Before we get into the video, I just want to say massive thanks to all you guys that have just recently joined the channel, and like there's freaking heaps of you. Like, it's really starting to gain traction now, so thanks for joining, thanks for hitting that sub button, and enjoy all the content to come. I've been pumping out about 3 videos a week at the moment, just because I've got a full-time job, and that seems to be a good balance for me. So I hope you enjoy the videos. Make sure, if you want to really support the channel, hit the like button, drop a comment on each video, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe, because yeah, it helps out heaps. Massive thanks for all the support. And yeah, Tom is coming over. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's got an R34 for Neo in it. It's freaking sick. So make sure you go check out his videos. And Dad's coming down later as well, so we're all going to get stuck into it and make the 180 legal again, so I can actually drive it. Because at the moment it's just been sitting in the shed for the last week, and it's very sad. So check is just this windscreen banner. So I've actually got a tint strip. You can see this little dark part. I got a tint strip that's actually underneath that works really good, so you don't even have to wear sunglasses. But I think that sits a lot lower than the actual sticker. So I'm guessing that Hard Tuned, when they figured out they were going to be doing banners, they measured it and made sure that it's legal. So I'm guessing that it's just that little bit. But the cops didn't even test it. So I'm going to turn the wipers on now and just stop it right at the top and see where it comes up to. Let's have a look. Oh, it's way off. What? Well, this windscreen wiper comes all the way up to here. So hopefully that's not where the law is, because that's bloody, you're not going to get any sticker in there. Surely it's just this windscreen wiper. Surely. And if it's that one, then yeah, that's legal and that's illegal. So surely I can just take off the tint strip and we'll be laughing. Which is okay, because I don't want to take this off because it took me like bloody 6 months to think of a banner that I actually liked. And then also there's like a stone chip right there, so I'm guessing if I take that off and then they have a look at that, they'll be like, yeah, you know, bloody chip in there as well. Anyway, I'm just going to take the tint strip off and then see what they reckon. That surely it's not up to there, eh? Because then you'd only have a sticker this big. I don't know. I thought that the rule was when you flip this visor down, that's the maximum you could have the visor. But my visor's as short as it only comes to like there. I don't know. Fuck. Anyway, I'm just going to take the tint strip off underneath and then take it in there. Because we got to fix the things wrong with it and then take it in, and then they go over the car and check it. Hopefully they only check the things that are on the sheet, because if they check everything, then could be going back a few times. That's a pain in the ass. My e-toll tag thing is on the tint strip, so I'm gonna have to. Oh, maybe I could just cut a line right here. I wonder if I can cut it on the glass and just take off this bottom section. I'm gonna do that. I actually noticed the highest part is actually back here. So I'm gonna have to cut it off at the top of these letters here. Man, that sucks, eh? What a shit law. So dumb. Anyway. I need shorter windscreen wipers. What if I just put shorter windscreen wipers on, then they won't touch at all. So under closer inspection, the actual blade edge comes under the letters. Ooh, shit, boy. That's some accurate design by Hardtune. So I'm just gonna snip off the tiniest bit along the bottom here so I can leave the words on there. I thought from this angle that's too high, but it's actually just mint. Alright, now I've got a plan, I'm gonna get it done. Alright, let's see how that goes. This is like so shit, eh? I'm not having fun doing this. So I really don't want to cut this sticker. But I've done it, so it's got a really sharp Stanley knife. It's coming off alright. It's not going to be perfectly straight though. I don't know. It's not too bad. Hopefully that'll get us away with it. But yeah, if you didn't know, a knife, you can't really scratch glass too easily. So you can use a knife to get things off your glass and without worrying about it getting scratched. It's actually mint. So I've cut that little bit off and the windscreen wipers won't touch it now, but look at that. There's bloody a chip under there that I'm gonna have to get that fixed, because I bet you they'll say, oh, bloody chip in your windows, dangerous, been there for like 5 years. I think it will be alright, eh? Anyway, let's test it out. Oh, I better clean it up a bit. Alright, so I'm just testing it out, and look at that. It's like right, you can see that tiny little black corner right there? It's just on the sticker. So that's right on the limits of the law. Whoa, whoa, badass, mate. Holy shit. Hopefully they don't go by this one though, because that's way in the way. But we'll find out. We'll find out on that one. I don't see it as being that dangerous, so hopefully they're okay. It depends on the guy, I swear. It just depends on whoever's like checking over your car. Man. Anyway, that's one sort of done. Hopefully. Let's move on to something else. Alright, so these are the super illegal dangerous spaces, and they're gone, just like that. That was an easy one. Take them off, and I'm going to chuck my other wheels on there with a different offset, and they fit the guards nicely. Apparently these guards are illegal as well. They let me off because the steel underneath is like all still, yeah, not cut. So I get let off for that because I didn't cut them, and it's still stock underneath, so that's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna chuck the other wheels on, and it'll be legal again, nice and safe for them. All right, so we got the monster truck fitment. We just raised it up quite a bit, so we're gonna drop it down and see. That'll squash down a fair bit. We'll drop it down and see what it looks like. We actually checked. The cop said it was 10 mil too low, but it was actually way lower than that. So got to make sure it's 100 mil at the lowest point, and the exhaust sits down quite low. You can't see shit there, but anyway, it's where the lowest point is, so we'll have to measure that. But let's have a go. That's actually perfect fitment, eh? You can fit my whole hand in there.
That's what you want. You must have been smart.
Oh, also, Tom's here.
What's up?
Give him a hand. Well, how's it look, Tom?
Yep.
Is that about right?
You're gonna have to get the jack on the front.
Yeah.
Just
It's not all the way down, is it?
No. You're gonna have to
But
go
it's the front was high enough. It's only the back.
Oh,
with the
right.
exhaust.
So we'll jack the back and drop the back down.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
I think it'll be fine too.
That's a gnarly looking fit.
I'm pretty sure that's a fix. Reckon that
Two off the list. Spaces.
two off the list? Yeah. Double whammy. Looks disgusting. Actually looks so ugly, eh? Oh well. It is what it is. That's another one off the list, so we'll move on to the next thing, which is,
Fixing your engine bay.
oh yeah, I gotta fix my engine bay. It's not compliant. So I'll show you where the screamer pipe is. So I actually bought this car, and it had this pipe on it down there. It's called a screamer pipe.
Apparently.
Apparently so. And that actually vents straight to the atmosphere, and
Just like a motorbike.
yeah, just like a motorbike, just like a lot of things, and it's really dangerous for the environment. It puts out pollutional, what did you say? Dangerous gases?
Poisonous gas.
Poisonous gases come out of that pipe, so we've got to get it welded back in. We're not going to be doing that because it's all stainless, and you need to be badass to weld that sort of shit. So I'm going to take it down to the shop and get them to weld that in so it's all legal again, and that'll be the last thing on the list, I think. Is that it? Oh, I'm going to change.
The catch can.
Yeah, the catch can as well. We're going to have to, thanks for that, good spot. We have to do something about this catch can because he wrote down make sure the engine is compliant, so that's pretty much a grey area, like they can pick up a heap of things. So I'm just going to look around and make sure they can't pull up anything else. What's wrong with that?
Huh? Let's check.
Mate, a couple of holes.
Good as gold.
She's alright. So with the catch can here, Tom just suggested that if I take this plate off, because this is venting to atmosphere more poisonous gases, if we put a plate on there to seal it up, that should solve that. There'll be no vent on it, but it'll probably just squeeze out the gaps here. But I'm only going to be cruising down under the speed limit to the cop station, so it won't be venting, like it won't be breathing that hard anyway. What do you reckon about that? Is that all good? Yeah.
Sweet.
Take on the trailer.
Take it on the trailer
It's probably not a bad idea, actually.
and don't even drive it there,
Yeah.
and don't unload it.
Nah, leave it on the trailer.
Yeah, I reckon that's probably the go. Take the plates off it.
Oh, yeah. Take the plates off it. Why would you do that though?
At least then
Leading jacks to start it.
I reckon that's the power play.
Mm.
Do they unregister it when they...
Nah.
Just look at it.
No.
Check
But-
off what they wrote down.
I suppose you
They won't be able to check. Yeah, they won't be able to check the height. We'll probably make it lower with the bend of the trailer. I'll just drive it down there, it'll be right. So I've got to fix that catch can, and then I'm going to clean it. Hey?
Windshield banner.
Windshield banner, that's fixed.
Oh, yeah.
No, we tested it out, and I'm going to have to run shorter wiper blades. So I'll get some more wiper blades and then cut them as short as they can go so they miss that. and that should fix that.
You'll be cutting some weight anyway, so
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Power to weight ratio would be mint. But I got a new radiator coming from eBay. This one here is like bowed out the sides. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like, it's on its last legs, and the cap started like sizzling and cooling out. This is what was in the video. He was like real concerned about it, but yeah, it's not ideal. I could probably change the cap and it would probably be okay, but the whole radiator is pretty cooked anyway from that circuit racing. So I'm gonna grab, well, I've already got one coming. I'm gonna whack that in, and this eBay radiator has lasted about 4 years now, so, and they're $116 I think it was. So I'm gonna run another one and hopefully it lasts me another 4 years, which will be sick. And then yeah, just clean.
There's no pressure on it.
Yeah, it's probably just the cap.
There's no pressure on it.
What do you mean?
Well, normally when you put them on,
Spring inside the cap pushes
Yeah.
down the seal.
Try that one. That's the same brand. You probably swap them over and it'll be fixed.
yeah, probably. Yeah, see how it popped up there?
See how it's got a
Yeah,
spring?
yeah. It's probably that rubber's just worn out.
That'll be the spring behind it.
The spring, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's done well for the time. Yeah.
$100.
Yeah.
Done pretty well.
Yeah, well, if you think about it like a proper one, they're like 1,000 something. Like a proper one. But yeah, we'll end up degreasing the engine bay and cleaning up all this shit so it doesn't look like a death trap. Because cops would see that and just think it's a hazard.
You could run another hose down.
Poison.
You could run another hose back into there. Or
You could, but why would you do that? Running that shit
A
over.
lot of people actually run them back into the sump, so they have
Yeah.
to drain
Yeah.
the bottom rather
Yeah.
than the vent, which is the way to go. But then you have to have extra lines, and you have to drill into your sump and welding bones. Does this have a head drain?
No, don't need that shit.
If you put a head drain on it, then you can tee them both into the sump.
Yeah.
One AN fitting.
Yeah.
That'd be ideal if you're worried about it.
I'm not though. It works like how it is.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna change that, like
Just
you
for
said.
legal reasons.
Yeah, for legal. We'll get that radiator and we'll whack it in next, and yeah, fix those wiper blades, and then pretty much done.
You should flip it up so you can see what your face looks like.
Why?
Have a look.
Have a look.
shit all over you.
Oh, is it bad?
Yeah, dirt.
Can't see it.
Flip the screen.
That's all. Nice.
Good look, mate. I was going to tell you earlier, but
army
I have to
paint.
do everything first.
It's army paint. It's all part of the looks. The look.
Come on.
I'm trying to hide from the cops now.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide. Alright, we're just fast forward in the future, and I just got home from work, and this box just arrived for me from eBay. So that there is a brand spanking new eBay radiator. Let's open it up and whack it in the 180, because obviously that one's cooked, and this one is going to last me another 4 years. Let's go. Just look at the quality of that. Whew. Look at that quality. Quality. Nice. First things, drop the coolant out, because you don't want that to go everywhere. You want it to go in a bucket, and it doesn't end up in the bucket anyway, but yeah, try keep it all in the bucket, and then undo some bolts on the top and take the hoses off, and then it will just slide straight out. Put the fan on the new one and whack it in. Easy as. Fingers crossed that's as easy as it is. But here we go. Cool, we'll jack the car up. And there's a bung right here that you undo, and shit goes everywhere. So stand back. So basically, if you take the bung out and you leave the radiator cap on, it'll come out nice and slow like this. As soon as you undo that radiator cap, she's gonna come pissing out. I don't know if it's worth doing it. There she goes. She's pissing. It's actually working out alright. This is a good bucket. Quite a quality catchment on it. Yeah, we've got a nice stream going there now. Oh Oh yeah! I always use the red stuff because it looks like blood. And that's, you know when the car's bleeding? I don't know. Red or green, same shit. We'll let that drain out. Start disconnecting a couple of things. Alright, so we got the old one that's completely cooked. It's like, looks like it's really had a hard life, eh? That's probably because it has. You can't see that well, but this is actually bowed on both sides. It's bowed out from getting super hot. You can see that side a bit there. And these are my spout fans that are the push fans. So they push the air from the front through instead of, normally you have them around the other side. And because they're a push fan, you don't really have a shroud because it will just block the air getting through. So these have worked freaking awesome, these spout fans. Absolutely beast fans. So it doesn't usually get above 85. Doesn't usually get above 85 degrees Celsius. So freaking ripper of a setup. So I'm just gonna remove the zip ties off those ones, install them on here, whack it in, put the coolant back in, and we're good. Yeah, she's looking pretty ugly. There's a lot of coolant going on. That should be in the radiator, not out here. Alright, fans are switched over. All you do, you can get proper zip ties that are a bit more, I don't know, a bit more finesse and tidy. Like they have a big flat part here, you might have seen them. But you can just use standard zip ties and then carefully thread them through the center part of this and then over one of the cores and then back on itself like this. And it works alright, as long as you don't cut through this, which is, I don't know, you could stuff it up if you were trying, but that works just fine. So the fans are on. Just gonna throw this in, and we are on our way to having this done. Alright, she's all back in there. I did, it's a bloody tight fit, as you would have seen. It's scraped down here and on that pulley as well a little bit. Made a couple of marks in here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. It's just the fins, couple little fins broke off. But she should be sweet. Hopefully it doesn't leak. I had a couple of eBay ones in the past that leaked around here and through this piece. But that looks pretty bloody good. Looks beautiful. Alright, let's fill her up and start it and bleed it. Alright, so I've put all the coolant that I could fit into the radiator, and now you want to bleed the system. There's a few ways of doing it. There's a good tool that you can buy that makes it a lot easier that I've never bought before. Or you can just chuck something in there that actually seals. Not this, because it doesn't actually seal. Or just get rid of this and then just run it, and then the air bubbles will bubble out of here and you'll see it all popping and sputtering. But you do need to get it up to temperature so that the thermostat opens and then flows the coolant all the way through the motor and comes back around into the radiator again. That way you're filling it completely full, getting all the air back out of it, and you won't have any problems with like your temperature gauge reading funny or overheating because there's not enough coolant in it. And you want to put a bit of coolant in your overflow as well, so that when it heats up it'll expand and move out to here, and then when it cools down it will suck it back in again. Yeah, you want to get this right, because if you don't, it's a pain in the ass to just be overheating, and the stock gauges love airlocks, they go fucking all over the place. So yeah, I'll show you how I do it. I just run the car and let it bubble and piss out everywhere, and then keep topping it up until no more goes in, and that usually works for me. Alright, so you'll be able to see the bubbles pop out of here in a minute. There goes, air bubbles coming out. About 5 minutes and the thermostat is open, so the coolant goes back down through the engine. So now we'll add a little bit more in there. Still heaps of bubbles coming out. You don't want any of that left in the system. Alright, so she's all bled, all the air's out of the system. I just had to adjust the fan. I've got this thermostat here with a potentiometer on it, and you can adjust exactly when your fan comes on, which is mint. I think it's a Davis Craig one that you can buy. So I just adjusted that. Now the fans come on at about 87 degrees, and then they come on for a bit, and then keep the coolant. They keep the temps down about 85, so it's mint, and yeah, they work so bloody good. But yeah, that's done. So gonna quickly make up this plate here, and then finish off those other couple of things, get some wiper blades, and then cut them shorter. Hopefully the cops don't watch this, but surely that's within reason, because I need that sticker on the car, it looks sick. But yeah, I'll finish off those things and then take it down to the cop shop. Hopefully they pass it and not check over a few other things. But it's going to be weird having it on the monster truck setting at the moment, because it just looks like it should be on hydraulics, like bouncing, eh? But yeah, that's a wrap for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you haven't already, hit the like button, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button. Alright, peace out.